Hi everybody, my name is Rajin and today I am going to take a chapter that is from the plus one bio on the first unit, that is diversity in the living world. That means in this particular unit you are going to study how the living world is diversified. That means what are the varieties, how they are, what they are, how they are classified, what are the different types and kinds of living beings, and what are the definitions where they are living, what type of nutrition they are using, and what are their uses, its structure, everything. That full we are covering inside this unit. So inside this unit, the first chapter, which is the living world, the all the living world starts with one common thing, which is known as life. And it is very difficult to give a proper definition for life. And a biological definition can be given that life means it is the interaction of molecules which results us or which results in growth, metabolism, reproduction, all the things. That is a particular definition. That is only a definition which can be given from the basis of biology. And it is very difficult to give a proper definition for life. And if we want to say a person or an organism is living, these organism has to carry on, or these organisms should have some characteristics. If they are not coming on these characteristics, we can't consider them as a living being. For example, you might have seen some people, those who are in coma stage. You might have known that coma means nervous system is not at all active. That means person can't respond to any of the stimulus. So this person, we can't say it as 100% living, because some of the characteristics are not functioning, but living, life is running on. That means breathing and internal processes are running. So first we will see what are the characteristics of, if we want to say what are living things, we have to say what are the characteristic of it. So the first characteristics that comes for a living means it has, or it should, or there should be a metabolic process should take place. That means this organism or a particular organism has to produce energy and it has to use energy. This is the first condition which has to be followed. And this metabolism means sum total of all the reactions, sum total of all reactions that takes place inside a human body or in an organism is called as metabolism. And this metabolism, it is divided into two, which is catabolism and anabolism. What do you mean by catabolism and anabolism? Catabolism means the process of protection of energy, and anabolism means is energy production process, and catabolism is energy releasing process. That means whatever the food we have taken, it will be digested with the help of oxygen. ATP will be produced and that ATP will be released. That particular process is known as catabolism. And Energy production process means that usually takes place in the plants. For example, the plants use sunlight, water, and other things, and other chlorophyll, other things, and they use them. Sorry, they make glucose, water, and oxygen. And where the glucose is produced, that can be used for the energy. That particular process is known as anabolism. So if this characteristics or characteristic is followed, we can consider that that particular organism or a particular organism is living. But there are other 4 5 characteristics at least. From that, maximum characteristics has to be followed. Second one, that is growth. Growth means it is the increase in the height or increase in the shape of cell or increase. What are the types of increase or decrease that is happening inside a living body or living organism, that is considered as growth. What is growth? There is one speciality in animals. The growth is that means it will grow only to a particular level, but in plants growth there is no condition, it can grow at any time because of the presence of the apical bud. The third characteristics that is coming is reproduction. Reproduction means the process by which the organism produce their young ones, which is of its own kind. It is known as reproduction. And there are a lot of uses for the reproduction. Number one, reproduction is responsible for the maintenance of species number. That means if the reproduction is not there, that species will extinct. And reproduction also number the total population of the organism. So if any organism do reproduction either sexually or asexually, it is that organism is considered as living. And the fourth one, that is responsiveness. Responsiveness means whether any organism is acting against a particular stimuli or stimulus. It can be an external stimulus or it can be an internal stimulus. If that organism is responding to it, that also is called that organism also considered as a living organism. And there is only one case that is not coming here, that is those who are in coma stage. Coma stage persons, they can't respond to any of the external stimuli, even though their heart is beating, lungs it is there, maybe the brain may understand what is happening, but they don't show any type of responsiveness. And the fifth one, that is nutrition. Nutrition means the food that is required for the growth and metabolism. If nutrition is not there, there is no growth also, there is no metabolism. If there is no metabolism, there is no growth. That means if any organism is taking a nutrition, any type of nutrition, it can be chemical, organic or inorganic. If they are taking, that organism also can be considered as a living organism. The sixth one, that is respiration. Respiration, otherwise breathing, that means exchange of gases. And with that exchange of gases, if they are producing energy from that means by using respiration, or if in case of humans, if they are using oxygen, which is known as the process of breathing, with that breathing process, if the metabolism is taking place, that is ATP is produced and used, that organism is also is considered as a living organism. Seventh one, that is movement. Movement means any organism, if any organism can move from one place to another with the respond to a stimulus, that is responsiveness comes inside that. An organism will not move from one place to another without any stimulus. And there is one case is coming, that is plants. Many of the plants, grown plants, they don't have the capacity to move. They are stable in one place. They also are called as living because they follow maximum all the conditions. That is why we call plants are living. Eighth one, that is excretion. Excretion means after taking nutrition, after doing metabolism, through the metabolism there will be growth, and even after breathing there will be a waste, that is carbon dioxide. Even after taking food there is a waste which is a nitrogen content, with that has to be excreted out. If that excretion process is also one of the criteria by which we can consider whether the organism is living or not. Next is homeostasis. Homeostasis means whatever the change takes place outside, if that organism can maintain their body temperature or inside the body temperature properly, that particular process is known as homeostasis. And the last one, that is death. Death is very vital. That means if an organism is not died, then there will be no space for the upcoming generations. So death is very vital, and there is no organism is there in this world which are living forever. All the living organism is, after a certain period of time, they will die. On this topic, if there is any doubt, please feel free to put in the comment box. Thank you.